Alrighty. Let's turn that down a little bit. Make sure everything's set up properly. Oh, the old beard scratch, the old chin scratch. Right. Am I spending St. Paddy's Day underwater? I certainly am. St. Patrick's Day drunk stream? No drunk stream. I've got work tomorrow, so I'm very tired. I've had a few beers, but I'm not drunk. No, I'm alright. Cool. How are we doing, chat? We doing okay? We doing well? Let me just go and close my door, get shit ready. Let me just do that and do a couple of things. Hope we're all well. Oh dear. Lovely jubbly. Right, okay. Got my dressing gown. There we go. Lovely. There we go, get wrapped up warm. We've got some cold waters. Ooh. Oh shit. Right. How are we doing, folks?
Yeah.
We good? We K? We okay there? Trilth. Thank you very much, mate. Lovely.
Oh, yeah.
And Querto, still no bear badge. 6 months strong. Soon TM. Right. Okay. Let's rock and or rule, shall we? Okay. So, Cold Waters. God, it's been a couple of weeks, about a week since we last played Cold Waters. Let's kill the music in a really nonchalant fashion, change the game scene over to the right place. There it is. Lovely. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, stuff, I guess. I'm pretty tired at the moment, so sorry if the commentary's half-arse. I'll improve the stream by hitting my head off stuff. No, by bringing the microphone in closer. We're going to be doing obviously well, we could do a 1968 campaign, but frankly I think we're going to do 1984. The 1968 campaign is actually quite a bit harder for different reasons. So I think I'm probably going to stick with the 1984, but obviously we need to choose a submarine. Does anybody have any idea on which submarine they'd like to see? That's sorry, Flaming LFC there. Le Fuck. Flaming Le Fuck. Thank you very much, mate. Unit reference. So here we are. We've got our United States NATO submarines. We've got Narwhal, Sturgeon, Permit, Skipjack, and there is a Los Angeles class somewhere. Oh, that's yep, there we go. Los Angeles class nuclear attack submarine. Go with a diesel one. There aren't any diesel boats in this game by vanilla, and I do not have the mod on that changes the which boats we have access to. So it's just vanilla stuff. Apart from the reduced visibility mod, because like a penis, I thought that the best possible thing to do would be to overwrite the default in-game numbers, if you like, for determining the murkiness of the water. So I don't have the original ones anymore, which means we've got the realistic like visuals mod permanently. We've got it on all of the time, so it's going to be nice murky water for our troubles. The noisier the better. So a few requests for the Sturgeon. Yes, sorry. In terms of submarines, the Los Angeles class is the most modern in the 1984 campaign, a 688 sub. I believe this is the Fleet 1 version, which is the earliest. We've then also got a Narwhal class, which we played last stream, so I think we're going to give that one a miss. We've also got a choice of Sturgeon, which is the bread and butter submarine of the time. The Permit class, the slightly outdated, or quite outdated, in 1984 nuclear attack submarine. And then finally the Skipjack, which is the hideously outdated submarine for the 1984 campaign. 1959 this was put into production, you can see there. It's quite an old sub. But she's got her perks. As you can see, she's a very short submarine, which means she maneuvers. She turns on a dime. Very, very good. Okay. Let's have a look. A couple of requests for the skipjack, a couple of permit, couple for the permit, Virginia class, and proceed to shoot fish in a barrel. Yep. Why do I always start new campaigns each stream? I'll be honest, it's because I'm terrible with consistency. I think our Sturgeon submarine is a campaign that I don't have anymore, and that's right. So I've got the Narwhal class and I've got the Los Angeles class, but I can't remember whether or not I won in these campaigns. I'm pretty sure I got sunk in this one, and I'm pretty sure I got sunk in this one. So today I think we're going to play in the Sturgeon. Oh, a couple for the permit, couple for the permit. We could play in a permit. Let's be spontaneous. Let's see, what's the name? So 1984. So let's go for a permit 1984 campaign. 1890. Oh God, what? Let me think about this. 1984 campaign, Commander Quebec. Here we are. And let's choose a permit class submarine. So, a couple of statistics on the submarine. Weighs 4,300 tons. In service since 1961, this class introduced low-frequency sonar and rafting, making them orders of magnitude more capable than the earlier SSNs. Originally named the Thresher class, they were renamed after the lead ship USS Thresher sank with all hands during trials in 1963. The worst submarine disaster in history. Although quiet by Soviet standards, they are inferior to the more advanced Sturgeon and Los Angeles class submarine. So this is an older nuclear attack submarine of the American fleet that had had some modernization. The original ships, or the original ship, the very first ship to be cast off in this series, was originally called the Thresher. They weren't called Permit class submarines, they were called Thresher class submarines. But after an incident where during a trial with a full crew, the Thresher class submarine, this submarine here, the very first one went down to test depth and had it's not entirely known really how it sank, but it's believed that it had a flood. There was some kind of maintenance problem that caused the ship to fill up with water, and they were unable to surface. And as they were taking on water, they slowly sunk down past test depth, and eventually past crush depth, and slammed together like a literally like an accordion. Basically, they just vanished. The implosion on the USS Thresher was so violent that only a few hull panels were ever retrieved. Pretty much the entire ship was obliterated. In a single visceral instance, the ship just collapsed due to sea pressure, and virtually none of it was recovered. It was all just obliterated because of the amount of force involved in crushing a nuclear submarine at its test depth. Bearing in mind, test depth for this ship was 1,300 feet. It was already quite a deep diver, so crush depth was about 16, 17, 1,800, and that is rough going for these guys. That's quite a depth for the structural integrity of your hull to fail at. Have you ever completed the 1984 campaign on stream? Haven't you seen you do a full run yet? I can't say I have done a full run. It mostly involves us getting shot down or having... Yeah, it mostly involves me dying, to be honest. That's probably the reason we've never seen a campaign completed. To be honest, what I should probably do one of the days is dedicate... Because I've got some time off starting from Thursday next week. I should probably dedicate like a full 4 or 5 hours to completing a cold waters run. Does that sound like it's in the market? Does that sound controversial at all? I don't know, maybe some people will like that. Okay, let's load in with this Permit class submarine. So, Comsublant, which is the Commander something Atlantic, Submarine Commander Atlantic, I think that stands for, or something. Effective immediately, you are hereby assigned of Permit class submarine Flasher, the USS Flash. Nice. So yeah, SSN 613. Congratulations and good luck in your new command. Perfect. Right. Okay. So we've got a Permit class submarine. let us rock and roll. Looks like they're going to get our first assignment for us. We obviously know the drill. Russians, Cold War 2, or well, Cold War 1, Hot War 1. Okay, so it's the 30th of November. We're beginning a little bit earlier. Normally we sort of start around the sort of the 15th, 20th of December. So we're starting the war a bit earlier this time. Tactical situation. We have got replenishment tankers and tenders setting sail from Arkhangelsk for a rendezvous near the Soviet coast. You are ordered to find and sink this group before it completes replenishment of enemy forces. In that case, we are not going to weapons outfit because we've got some time to make up. Now, the Soviet coast is a bit of a tricky one because I don't know exactly which part of the vast Soviet coastline it intends to resupply at. I guess it's somewhere to the east of the Barents Sea, somewhere along that coast there, but it's difficult to say. There's no maritime air patrols, the planes there, going over the Soviet coast, which means anyone we detect, we have to kill ourselves. Now, we've likely been detected by that MAP. We're going to come into the harbour by Arkhangelsk and see if we can't intercept anything leaving port. Oh, have we made contact? We've made contact with something unknown. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 322, designated Sierra 1, so we've got a deep operation to start with. Now, let's see what we've got on the situational awareness. EXO reports that depth is 600 feet, heading 013, speed is 20 knots. Local conditions are overcast and calm, very strong surface duct and thermal layer, which we will take advantage of at 124 feet. All hands to battle stations, rig ship for silent running.
Contact bearing 329, designated Sierra. Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Rigging ship for ultra quiet. We are in barely enough water.
Sonar new contact bearing 349, designated Sierra 2.
So when it says 600 feet, that was a lie.
Sonar new contact bearing 346, designated Sierra 3.
Well, let's take a look at the map.
Sonar new contact bearing 333, designated Sierra 4.
Well, we're not getting pinged on active sonar yet. Sonar, take a sounding. Total water depth is a lofty 88 feet. But there's it's actually pretty quiet, 75 decibels of ambient noise. Shipping doesn't appear to be pinging us on sonar. Let's begin target motion, or not target motion analysis, but let's begin identifying targets. Oh, we're being pinged. Let's start scanning for surface contacts, see if we got anything that matches this frequency. We've got a Riga.
Sonar Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
Okay, so we've got an escort ship, 1,400 tons, very small ship, able to pull 28 knots. Quite a poorly equipped ship, although it does have torpedoes and RBUs. In terms of the rest of the fleet, let's keep TMA going. We've definitely got some warships out here defending the fleet here. What's this? Could be a Grisha. Looks like a Grisha. We'll mark. Very small ship.
Sierra 3 is classified as escort.
Very dangerous to be engaging ships in this much water. Do we have civilian shipping here? Might even have a submarine. No, it looks like we've got a blue whale. Okay.
Sonar Sierra 4 is classified as biologic. Sonar Sierra 2 is classified as biologic.
So this is an ASW, or anti-submarine warfare fleet. 2 times contact range is estimated at 7,500 yards and closing. This is dangerous. If we get burned on active sonar, we could be in real trouble. Thermal layer is not present, as the briefing would have said. If we get out to deeper water, maybe it will be present. Gotta be very careful here. Let's check their movements. Riga's moving this way. Okay, we're going to fire a snapshot on the bearing of the Riga just to keep him off of us. So, firing point procedures, bearing 323. Range to enable 2,200 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 1.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
Okay. Grisha's moving away. Riga's coming in. This is about to get interesting. We're going to get ready to service another weapon on the Grisha. So, firing point procedures. Bearing 323. Range to enable 6,500 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 2.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
Set both weapons to surface search. Both weapons are away and running normally. Activate this weapon. Set it on a straight search, hunting the Riga. We're going to try and kill 2 birds with 2 stones.
Con, fire control. Weapon acquired.
Okay, so bearing on the Riga is accurate. They're probably going to fire a snapshot at us. Let's see what the Riga's capabilities are again, just to double check. They have set 65 torpedoes in shallow water. That could be quite nasty. Let's see if there's a launch transient. Riga's closing on us. It may not get to fire torpedoes as it's currently pointing us. If the Riga whips around, it may be able to hit us. Riga is attempting to turn. Will it fire a snapshot? It's going to fire a snapshot down the bearing of launch. Come on, get the bastard, get the bastard. We're now tracking the Riga. Okay, we've had a snapshot down here. That's going to miss, hopefully. Helm, bring us right, bearing 02052.
Come right to 052. Helm, aye.
Tokyo drift from the Riga. Don't think it's going to save him from this torpedo. You can see the other ship out there, the reflection on the water. He's going evasive, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Torpedo's more maneuverable than you are, pal. In it goes.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1. Last bearing 319. Contact breaking up.
Okay, reload. Oh shit, don't do that. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, reload tube 1. Okay, that's fucking pain in the arse. Reload tube 1 with an MOSS. We better hope that this weapon finds its mark now. There we go, you can see how close he actually was, right next to us.
Con, helm, steady course.
Are we in contact range of the other ship? Negative. He has medium frequency active sonar, minus 19 on the detection threshold. He can't see us. Riga itself taking on a fair bit of water. Stern is mostly under now. Quite shallow water. This torpedo is going to pass right by the Riga. That's our torpedo. It's going to pass right by and then activate. And it's going to go into a snaking search and look for the Grisha. Let's see how well it does. May not find him, may find him. Hopefully it finds him. But the Grisha is now currently pulling, let's see, 32 knots.
Room. Tube 1 ready.
Tube 1 ready, aye. Okay. Reloading tube 2. Go be shoutcaster already. Yes, you are right, to be fair. Should have been doing that yesterday. There's a good chance that this torpedo may catch the Grisha. And when I say a good chance, I mean a very slim chance. The torpedo is currently in a snaking search, but because I accidentally reloaded tube 2, we do not have active control of the weapon at the moment. The weapon is just using its last default command. Mr. GG Cat, thank you very much, man. Ship destroyed, 1 for the flasher. Look how fast that ship's going. Ship is making a hard turn to port. A very hard turn. It may even be the nail in the coffin. You can see how small the Grisha is. It's a tiny little boat, but extremely fast. Dual prop, with a third prop that isn't running at the moment.
Torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
This weapon has acquired a target. It might have acquired that whale. Well, it's definitely not acquired him. It might have acquired... I think that blue whale's going to get killed. There's a blue... It's now tracking... Yeah, it's tracking a blue whale. Okay. It's definitely not tracking the Grisha. So we're going to have to fire another weapon. So, firing point proceedings? Firing point procedures, bearing 312, range to... Sorry, 313, range to enable 6,700 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 2.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
Weapon has cleared the tube and is running normally. Yep, that's definitely going for the whale.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 307.
It's not going into counter. Yeah, it's not going into counter mode. It's going for the blue whale. It's going for the whale. That means this weapon has to be the one that sinks it. I think we checked in chat last time. It's $600,000 for every torpedo we fire.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra, Boar, last bearing 308. Contact faded.
Contact faded. Aye. Still tracking the Grisha. We know his last known position, his last known course. Problem with the Grisha is it's very maneuverable. The ship's come to rest. Decent ship, that. Very decent ship. Okay, we're going to align the firing point procedures of Weapon 2. We're going to adjust it to here, where the Grisha 3 is currently, and then at that point we are going to set it to active homing or passive homing. But we'll activate the weapon. At some point that whale's going to blow up. I don't know when, but it will blow up at some point. Leaving our weapons stores at a very low, to be honest. This ship cannot carry many torpedoes. It will only have 7 in storage after this, which means we need to prioritise really between surface and subsurface contacts. Surface contacts should really be engaged with missiles if possible, but this particular ship cannot be because it has the 30mm Swiss, the Quiz guns. The Gatling guns that aircraft carriers have to defend them from aircraft and missiles. It has one of those on. This Grisha is quite close. We'll set this to surface search. I wonder if the Grisha is trying to get just behind the Riga. He's still up here somewhere by my reckoning. Although our sonar solution has drastically reduced. So we're not going to point the target. We're going to stay on this course. As soon as our torpedo gets over the Riga wreck, we shall activate it. Should be able to see it come past. There it goes. Right, activate. Homing. Set it on the straight and narrow, send it to the Grisha's last known position. We don't know what speed the Grisha's making anymore. Still in 88 feet of water. Glorious. The torpedo's now sped up to what I think is 48 knots, which is the speed of a Mark 48. I don't think that's a coincidence. But yes. We're waiting for the whale blip to disappear. Sierra 4 could disappear at any time. It might have already disappeared, to be honest. Let me see if I've still got 2 torpedoes in the water. No, I've only got 1 torpedo in the water, which is this one. Which means that whale has met its end. Okay, tracking the Grisha. Still no say on where he is. Ship sounds quite close, 9,000 yards. Still tracking. We'll keep it on this track, but we'll set it to snaking search. See if it can track the target. Range to the Grisha is still currently unknown. Let's up
Con,
periscope.
fire
Oh,
control. Weapon acquired.
no need. Let's stay undetected then. Unless this is another while. Okay, so weapon 2 is currently tracking a target. Let's set it to active homing. There we go. Active homing. Grisha has been pinged. The Grisha is trying to outrun the torpedo. But we're not having it. There we go. Going like a bat out of hell. Trying to ping us with its sonar array. Or, sorry, radar. Sorry, radar array? Sonar array. Sorry, I was right. But it is not fast enough. Oh!
Well, you gassed one already. You might as well gas all whales.
Jesus Christ. Dingo! Gassing all... Can't gas all the whales.
Noisemaker.
Ah, there we go.
bearing 299.
Steer the weapon through the countermeasure. He's going to expect it to evade this way, but we have manually taken control of the torpedo and are now steering
Con,
it
fire control. Weapon acquired.
towards the target. Oh, did it not do what you think it was going to do? Bless you. Bless your soul. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that Tokyo drift there. Look how tight that turn was. Oh my god, he's good. He's trying to zigzag, but the weapon did not do what he thought it was going to. The weapon's closing at a hell of a speed now, friend. You better have some shenanigans up your sleeve, my friend. Another Tokyo drift. He's got the torpedo back behind him, but
Con, fire control. Weapon countermeasure homing.
let's steer it through again. Keep it on the straight and narrow. Oh, is it not doing what you wanted
Con,
it
fire
to?
control. Weapon acquired.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's see whether it hits home. It should do. Oh, very nice. Psyched the torpedo out with a hard turn. We're going to give it 30 degrees left rudder. Try and stop him from avoiding it. Will he avoid it again? Yes, he will. 30 degrees right rudder. .30 degrees left rudder. Hello? 30 degrees right. It's getting a bit silly now. What the fuck? I can't get the torpedo any higher than this. This is it. We're as shallow as the torpedo will go. Right, let's try and hit it in the stern. We're coming at it right from behind. Is this the one?
Con sonar. Noisemaker. bearing 2.
We got it.
2.
Well, look at that. Bit of carcass drifting there. Oh my god, it's already ass under. Jesus, yeah, it blew its ass. It blew its asshole open. Right, reload tube 2. 1 times Mark 48.
Oh, yeah.
No vessels, no enemy weapons, and no nearby aircraft. No flooding, sir. Kinky Beaver. Great username. Thank you very much. Cheers, man. Right, abandon ship. Yeah, that's it. Leave combats. After action report, 1 times Riga, 1 times Grisha 3, both sunk. 9 times Mark 48s remaining. Not mission target. Okay, let's... Oh, another contact immediately. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 095. Designates Sierra 1. We're going to be in 88 feet of water again, so let's just rig ship for silent running.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Rigging ship for silent running. We don't have anything in tube 2 because we didn't have time to reload. So let us just sit here and try and think what's going on. There's actually the Murmansk port there, believe it or not. That's the Murmansk port.
Oh, yeah.
The Pacific Ocean. I like it. It's a good name. It's a good name. Thank you very much, mate. Right. So, in terms of condition. Sonar, take a sounding. Oh, we've got a generous 155 feet here. As we've an absolute treasure trove of ocean. So, the interesting thing is that we've got no sonar contacts at all, despite it being reasonably quiet at 78 decibels. So what we're going to do is we're going to change course. Helm, bring us north, or as close to, damn it, to 019. Bring us left, 019.
Come left to 019. Helm I.
And let's see if the contact is in our baffles. So swing around. Remember, they were intercepting us. Okay. How are we doing? Not too bad. Okay, so we're whipping around. No close contacts. Okay, up periscope, and let's do a 360 degree surface search.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much, Mike Lod. So, scope is partially awash.
Oh, yeah.
ESM detection threshold. Also, Canadier 43. I'm going to drop the scope. ESM detection threshold was sort of quite high there, meaning that there was somebody scanning for ESM, which means there is at least someone nearby. And the question is who? I think for the moment, our plan is going to be to make for deeper water.
Come left to 336. Helm I.
336, can I? Okay, yeah, we need to try and make for deeper water, so we're going to just run quietly out towards deeper water. Now, the Barents Sea is only a few hundred feet deep. We'll never have much room to maneuver, but it's better than nothing. When are the emotes coming, by the way? I don't have a deadline, I'm afraid. All I can say is soon TM. They are coming, just they're not here yet. It's because Boo Boo's had a lot of work commissioned. Yeah, she's like we placed our order quite late. When I say we,
yeah.
it's a joint responsibility between me. It's not my fault. It's all of our faults. So communist is sorry, we're not playing communist.
Steady course.
We got us anything. Beep boop. Yep, you know your name. Thank you very much, mate. Muirbitig. Sorry about that. Yeah, thank you very much. Cool. Well, let's tippy toe on. No close contacts. I'm going to raise the ESM mast.
Raise the ESM mast.
No surface contacts below detection threshold. Lower the ESM mast.
Lower the ESM mast.
There we go, that's stowed. Right, well, apparently there are no vessels nearby, so we're going to leave contact 1 times Victor 1. It was a submarine stalking us, undetected. Please resume your actual mission objective. Where is this ship? No doubt we're still being stalked. No idea where this ship is, where it's meant to be. Doubled back and we've bumped into a contact. New sonar contact bearing 079 designates Sierra 1. We're in a storm. High wind, no surface duct, but there is a thermal layer. Our depth is 600 feet, heading 106, speed 20 knots. All hands to battle stations. Rig ship for silent run. Okay, depth is actually 600 feet, shockingly. That's a nice treat. Didn't reload tube 2. We've got to try and see which target is stalking us. Could be that Victor 1 again. Ambient noise state is 111 decibels, which is very loud. So actually we don't even need to rig for silent running. Reload a torpedo in tube 2. communist responsibility. Cheer. Nick. What is ESM? It's electronic support measures, I believe. It's a secondary way of detecting a submarine. It's like by detecting its electronic signature, if you like. Okay, no contacts that I can hear. Dive, bring us up to 100 feet. We're going to see if there's any surface contacts.
Depth 100 feet. Dive I.
It's the USS Flasher coming up to 100 feet.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Okay, thank you, Bizobinator. Electronic warfare support measures. Cheers, mate. And it means that somebody's painting my equipment. The detection threshold means that somebody's painting my equipment with radar. So that meant that the Victor 3 was at periscope depth, hitting me with radar. Is that what that means? Just passing 300 feet, still coming up shallow. Let's have another. The Flasher is one thick boy, I know. USS Flasher. Biz is in business, ob as in object, inator as in terminator. Bizobinator. There's a level of depth to that username I hope never to would never have achieved with my own. Either Victor 3 or something else, yes. Okay, interesting. Could also be something land-based. You are way too close to the Soviet coast. I guess you're right. Okay, so we're up at 100 feet, just past, we're at 098. Let's bring us all the way up to periscope depth. Dive, make depth 45 feet. 045.
45 feet. Dive I.
Bring us up, all the way up. 45 feet, that's periscope depth. We shall then check for close contacts on the surface. We are now transiting the layer. Let's see what we got. There was a port there, yep. There was a port somewhere. We're now in slightly deeper water. Okay. Raise periscope.
Up scope.
Scope is going to be mostly awash. Scope is awash. Very high sea state here. View is limited on all sides. No close contacts. Down scope.
Dive at 45 feet. Dive I.
Contact. Communist. Lost. Bearing 013. Communist visual contact lost. Bearing 013 or 130. What? Okay. Over here. Up scope.
Up scope.
There's apparently visual contact on a vessel. There's no way I could see out anywhere. I'm being painted with radar, but no idea who is painting. There's a picture being painted here, but I can't see it. Bearing 103. Active sonar. I don't want to go active so close to the Soviet coast. Right, down scope. I'm going to raise my ESM mast.
Raise the ESM mast.
Any contacts? No contacts at all that I can see. It's got a range of 16,000 yards.
Lower the ESM
Lowest
mast.
ESM. I'm not actually sure what that means, that's 16,000 yards. I'm going to, lastly, it's much more dangerous, but I'm going to raise the radar mast.
Raise the radar mast.
This will get me detected very quickly, but we'll also do a lot of detecting. Here we go. Radar, designate, Romeo 1, unknown classification. It's a communist. We found him at least. Let's mark him. Oh, he's already been marked. Communist class. R1. Does not say it's hostile shipping. No, this is just a civilian ship. Might be called a communist,
Lower the radar mast.
but is not hostile shipping. Might be that he's went down again, yeah. Communist Germany, yes. Vessels are nearby, however. Hostile vessels. Don't know why it's telling me that next tube needs to be loaded. Okay. If I press F, there we go. It's leaving me alone now. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to come down to 200 feet.
Make depth 200 feet. Dive by.
We're going to change course. We're going to come left to bearing 055.
Come left to 055. Helm aye.
Once we are down at that depth, I'm not really comfortable with evading torpedoes in a mere 600 feet of water. I don't think that's a good idea. Could be just below the thermal layer. I'm checking again, we're now down below the thermal layer and changing our heading to account for baffles. I don't think we're going to detect. It's likely a submarine that's stalking us at the moment. Could be the Victor 1, but I can't be dealing with return fire. It's too dangerous. This is one of those situations where the cat might just have to get away. I'm not a fan of hitting Russian submarines with torpedoes without knowing A, where they are, or B, how much support they've got.
Con, helm, steady course.
I could have stumbled into an ASW fleet here. A submarine fleet. I could have 2-3 ships, but all stalking me at the moment, and I wouldn't know. The high sea state is allowing us to stay hidden, but it's also cloaking the enemy. The enemy don't know where we are, and I don't know where they are.
Dive at 200 feet. Dive by.
And the mutual stance means whoever decides to break passive sonar first and change to active reveals their position. What? Sorry, why does the permit have a small band-aid? Oh, up on the top. I think it's part of the... I guess that would be part of the emergency buoy system or something for escaping a ship that's underwater. Small band-aid. A good question is, what is an East German merchant doing in the Arctic? It's a fair point. Right. Let's go for active. Okay, we're going to activate active sonar. We are looking for yellow lines returning off the hull. So switch to active sonar.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
Sonar hit there. Stand by. Sierra 2. Let's service submarines. Could be a Charlie.
Con sonar, switching to passive search.
Could be a Charlie 2. I'm marking it as such for now. Definitely a submarine. I'm not going to be able to improve TMA, so firing point procedures, bearing 119, range to enable 3,600 yards, ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 3.
Shoot tube 3. Aye, sir.
Set weapon for active homing. Target is just above the thermal layer. We're going to leave running on the flat and level. We're going to activate the warhead, and we're going to have it ping the target. We're going to have it go out and chase.
Con, fire control.
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is cavitating.
Sierra 2 is cavitating. Will he fire a snapshot back along the bearing? That's the question. He was very close. Still unknown contact. Oh no, we can line it up a little bit better now that he's cavitating. What are we dealing with here? Victor 1. It was that Victor 1 from
Con
earlier.
sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
Our submarine struggling to acquire the target with the high sea state. But we are still chasing. Target is now making 10 knots. Getting slightly better, slightly higher. Sonar solution is at 80%. Tracking the target at high speed. He's doing a runner. He's actually not. He's barely moving. Still only making 10 knots. We're going to hit him pretty hard.
Launch transient from Sierra 2.
Launch transient. Not great. Okay. All ahead flank. Cavitate. Make 28
Make
knots.
turns for 2, 8.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
We are now cavitating. We've got to try and get out of the way. Let's see whether we can hit home on this Victor.
Oh, yeah.
Victor 1 coming in. Caru IV, or Caru 4. Thank you very much, mate. Can we see our torpedo? There it is.
Oh,
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 130. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 108. Contact faded.
108, contact faded. I dive, take us down 500 feet.
Make depth 500 feet. Dive I.
Reload. Mark 48 in tube 3. Why is he so slow? Not entirely sure. Could have been any reason, really. Perhaps the reason that he was not moving quicker to start with was because when the active sonar from the torpedo started, he did not know how far away the torpedo was, just that a torpedo was searching.
No longer cavitating.
No longer cavitating, aye? Maybe he didn't know that there was a torpedo chase as close as it was. We were only 3,000 yards from him, we were right next to him. Could be the Victor 1 from before. Oh shit, there is a Sierra 3. Oh. Oh.
Gun maneuvering, making turns for 2, 8 knots.
Got to avoid this incoming fire.
Con, dive at 500 feet. Dive I.
500 feet, dive I. Or can't I?
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
There's a torpedo coming. We can't see it because of the low visibility mod, making the water much more murky. So we've just got to assume that it's right up our trumpet. Pinging us from somewhere aft, so we've probably got past it, but it's difficult to say. I don't want to chance it. Helm, bring us right. Bearing 078.
Come right to 078. Helm I. Con, helm, steady course.
Nice quick turn there. Thank you, Helm. Everyone's always asking about the whales. It's like, everyone's the whales gotta die, man. Those goddamn whales. It's like, oh man. Gosh damn it. See where the red ping is. We started our torpedo evasion here when the dots started to get a lot bigger. Come a long way. They're pinging somewhere aft. Looks like we've... Do they have MAPs? Hold on, that's difficult to hear with the sea state. Helm, bring us down ahead 1/3, 5 knots.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering I.
Point last known bearing of Sierra 3, which is bearing 117.
Come right to 117. Helm I.
Just listening. I thought I heard the low rumble of an MAP. which is a maritime air patrol, which is a plane
Con, helm, steady course.
capable of giving us a really hard time in this much water. This is shallow water. There he is, we see him. There's the enemy torpedo. So he fired it at us here, but we sped up before it could arrive, and as a result, it missed us.
Con, maneuvering.
Set
making
65
turns for
torpedo.
5
Nasty business.
knots.
Not a great torpedo, but still very much capable of sinking us in one hit. Okay, we are going to attempt active sonar again very shortly, so... In fact, we're going to attempt it now. We're going to try and service the target. Activate active sonar.
Con sonar, switching to active search. Con sonar regained
Ooh.
contact on Sierra 3, bearing 148.
Looks like it could be another
Con
Victor.
sonar,
Right.
Sierra 3
Snapshot.
is classified as submerged submarine.
Snapshot bearing 150.
Shoot 2-2.
Shoot
Aye,
2-2.
sir.
Aye.
Con
Switch to
sonar,
passive
switching
search.
to passive search.
He's right next to us. Okay. All ahead flank cavitate. Point the
Make
target.
turns for 28 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Full speed. Bring us ahead
Make
standard. This
turns
is a
for
dangerous maneuver here.
5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
We're too close for torpedo evasion. Total water depth, please dive, is 645
Con,
feet.
helm,
Bring us
steady
down
course.
600 feet.
Make depth 600 feet. Dive aye.
More launch transients. All ahead flank. All ahead flank.
Make turns for 28 knots. Maneuvering aye.
It's extremely dangerous. I'm trying to get under his counter fire.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 155.
Noisemaker bearing 155. I need that Mark 48 to kill this target.
Con, dive at 600 feet. Dive aye.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra
Oh.
3, last bearing 163. Contact breaking up.
Oh,
Sierra 3163. Aye, Killbot, thank you. Another torpedo. We're running towards the target because we want the weapons to enable after us. So we're running shorter of their enable points.
Con, less than 50 feet below the keel.
50 feet below the keel. Aye, dive. Make depth 550 feet. Bring us
Make
back
depth
up.
550 feet. Dive aye.
Can hear the ship breaking up
Con,
somewhere ahead of
maneuvering.
us.
Making turns for 28 knots.
There it is.
Con, dive at 550 feet. Dive aye.
Let's take a closer look. 30 degrees right rudder. And a line on bearing. Another Victor class. Okay, helm, bring us down ahead 1/3, 5 knots.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Yeah, there it is, Victor 1. Ooh, loot it. Sorry, I'm going to make a terrible job of pronouncing your name. I'm going to call you Nitrate, or it's Nitrot. Sorry, I'm English. What can I do?
Con,
You're actually from
maneuvering.
Quebec as
Making
well.
turns
Perfect.
for 5 knots.
Is that the first or the second one? This is Sierra 3 we are passing. We don't have an accurate bearing, but there is Sierra 2. Nasty business. That could even be a third. Reload a Mark 48 in tube 2. park next to it. I'd say this is as close as we need to be. To be honest, we're like less than like we're about 100 feet from it here. Those guys got fucked up pretty damn hard. Was it mission target? No, we're after surface ships, tankers and tenders. I just don't know where the Soviet coast is, where exactly it wants us to go. Should wave them goodbye. That sound of metal bending, I know. I don't actually think I can. I'm pretty sure I should be able to ram it. I don't want it. I should. Look, for science. For science, I will try and love tap the Victor 1. It's going to take us a long time to turn around at 5 knots there. Bring us ahead 2/3, 10 knots.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Have I touched all the subs?
Con
No.
maneuvering. Making turns for
Nitro works.
0 knots.
Pure French Canadian from Quebec. It's getting worse. I'm not going to tap it at like 10 knots. I'm going to do so much damage to my submarine if I do. Right. -5 degrees on the ballast tanks. 50 feet below the keel warning is the one we want to watch out for.
Con, less than 50 feet below the keel.
Aye aye. So let's turn us in, 5 knots.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
-5 degrees on the planes. This is where it's like immediate detonation.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots.
Rubbing salt in the wound with this. Let's see if we can actually tap the hole we left in their boat. Just get a little bit deeper. -10 degree pressure on the ballast. Level it off. There we go. 30 degrees right rudder. Turn us in. Dum de dum de dum de dum de dum de dum de dum dum. Let's get it straight and level. There we go, and we are now tapping the target.
Make
All ahead
turns
stop.
for 0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
No damage, no damage, no damage, no damage, please, no damage. Oh, we are one with the sub. We have boot suits for science. Creep
Make
ahead
turns
1/3.
for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Oh, there's nothing inside. It was a fake sub. Look at that. Creepy as hell. Right. Leave combat. We sunk 2 Victor 1s. Not our mission objective. Oh, stand by. Oh, hang on. That's the target right there. Just by Murmansk. We've got him. Okay. This is the one we need. Okay. All hands man battle stations. Rig ship for silent running. Bring us up to... Oh, we don't need to come up to periscope depth quite yet. Let's take a sounding. Please dive. We're in 300 feet of water.
Con sonar, new
81
contact
decibels.
bearing,
Slowing down.
160. Designated Sierra 1.
Is that the submarine
Con sonar, new
equivalent?
contact
Sorry.
bearing, 1.
Try and drink me water.
1. Designated Sierra 2.
Of teabagging, yes. Who said
Con
that?
sonar,
Sorry.
new contact bearing 183. Designated Sierra 3.
Soviet Womble sends me a message.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 131. Designated Sierra 4.
Soviet wants to do some Rising Storm 2. What do we think? What do we think, chat? In sort of 10-15 minutes. Could do that, could do. Okay, well they're already looking for us. Oh shit, they might be a lot closer than we think. Right, that looks like a Riga, based off what we had on the last TMA leg. Riga, 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 Riga. Yep, Riga. Ah,
Con sonar
I'm good.
Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
Is that a cannon or a cash-in? Not that. Grisha, another Grisha.
Con sonar Sierra 3 is classified as escort.
Looks like no, there's a line here that it doesn't match with. An Urga, possibly.
Con sonar Sierra 2
4.
is classified as merchant.
Looks like civilian shipping. Yeah, some sort of merchant.
Con sonar Sierra 4 is classified as merchant.
So we're going to stay down here. At 400 feet, targets are making about 8 knots. Target is making 8 knots. The Urga is the priority. We're going to continue down here at this depth, running a speed of 5 knots, trying to service the contact, running at 10,000 yards. Sonar solution is improving. We are closing the target. They could be pretty much stationary at this point. They are really close, I know. 9,000 yards. Let's take a look at our signatures here. Grisha can't, the Urga can't detect us. None of them can detect us. None of them have decent sonar arrays, so we're pretty well hidden at this point. Basically, in terms of numbers, these active sonar numbers, if these get to 0, then we're in trouble. But this is at -25, -30, and -39. So we're pretty much safe from these guys for the moment. Kill the merchant, no witnesses. I don't know whether I want to do Rising Storm. I could do some Rising Storm, but we've only been streaming for an hour. Be ashamed to cut you off.
Con sonar new contact bearing 190, designated Sierra 5.
Sierra 5, alright. Looks like we've got some more civilian shipping of some sort. Let's go back to Russian merchant shipping. Could be, no, isn't quite an Iguma or an Andazan. It's not that. Could be a warship. That one? No. Let's try and match this narrow band. Not that, a little bit bigger. Not that. Submarine, perhaps. Blue whale? No. Oh, it looks like we're in submarine territory. Charlie? No. Juliet? Looks like we got it. No. Doesn't quite match the Juliet signature. Kilo. Looks like we've got a Kilo class submarine here as well.
Sonar Sierra 5 is classified as submerged submarine.
So we've got a surface resupply fleet here to assist a Kilo class submarine. Might be worth just firing spreader torpedoes at this point and hoping for the best, as the targets are at pretty close range. Okay. Helm, bring us left, bearing 089.
Come left to 089. Helm I.
I'm going to fire a spread of weapons. Firing point procedures, bearing. Let's set them all to... Yep, let's set them all to... Yeah, we'll keep them all as normal, except for active homing, which we shall fire from each. Okay, firing point procedures, bearings 203, range to enable 4,300 yards, ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 2.
Cons, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Lost the wire, aye.
Con
Firing
sonar,
point
launch
procedures,
transient from
bearing
Sierra 5. Con sonar,
170,
launch transient from
range to
Sierra
enable
5.
5,100 yards, ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 3.
Shoot 2-3. Aye,
And firing
sir.
point procedures, bearing 180, 6,800 yards, ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 4.
Shoot 2-4. Aye, sir.
All weapons are away and running normally. Reload MOSS in tube 5.
Con, helm,
tube
steady
2. Begin torpedo evasion. Come all the
Come
way
left.
left, ahead flank.
Make turns for 28 knots.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
We are cavitating, aye.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 207. Contact is in the baffles. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 173. Contact is in the baffles. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 5, bearing 208.
I could have waited a very long time here.
4, last bearing 1.
Con means control,
helm,
or conning
steady
tower,
course.
yes. Okay, reload tubes 3 and 4 with Mark 48 torpedoes.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 171.
Then a full 180, we're now
Con
making
sonar
26 knots.
noisemaker bearing 205.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Let's see how things go. This could be nasty for us. We're cavitating, so we're being painted. Enemy weapons have activated. Okay, helm, bring us... Oh, there's nothing we can do. Helm, bring us towards the other torpedo bearing
Come
204.
left 204. Helm I.
We just got to try and get under it before it activates, and if it activates now, we're going to have to go all back emergency
Con,
and fire a
maneuvering,
decoy.
making turns for 28 knots.
Do not activate. That's bad. Bring us
Come
directly
right
for the target.
219. Helm I.
They're steering it onto
Con
us.
helm. Steady course.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Con, torpedo room.
Con sonar torpedo in the water.
Torpedo in the water.
In the water. Bearing
Drop a decoy.
1.
Con helm. Steady course.
Fire an MOSS.
1. Aye, sir.
No, this is gonna... Oh.
Con sonar lost
30
contact.
degrees left
Sierra
rudder, full
5,
rise on the planes.
last
Get
bearing
over it.
20.
Passing 300 feet.
30 degree right rudder.
Passing 200 feet.
Explosion on the bearing of the Riga and Kilo. 30 degrees right rudder. Bring us round. Bring us up shallow. Drop another decoy.
Passing 100 feet.
Didn't do the job. Okay, 30 degrees down.
Con, knuckle formed. Passing 200 feet.
200 feet, aye.
Con,
Passing 300 feet.
300 feet. Dump another decoy. Let's get a net going. I've got to give this the run around for a long ass time. Right, reload MOSS 2-1.
Con sonar.
Passing 300 feet.
Running parallel with the target. Right, all back emergency.
Make turns for 0.
Con sonar no longer cavitating.
30 degrees right rudder. Turn us in.
Make turns for 0.
All ahead 5. All ahead flank.
Make turns for 2.
Con sonar, we are
We
cavitating.
are cavitating, aye. I want to try and get us inside the search cone of this torpedo. Gonna take me a moment. No, it's never gonna work. I'm not turning hard
Con
enough.
sonar lost contact. Sierra 4,
Prepare
last
fire
bearing
around OSS.
099. Contact is in the baffles.
He's gonna come round on us again. Okay, fire an MOSS into the into their own fleet. Fire tube 2.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 204.
Incoming torpedo. Dump decoy. No effect. 30 degrees, raise on the planes, turn us left. All rise, all rise.
Con sonar.
Passing 200 feet. Passing 100 feet.
Full drop on the planes, 30 degrees left. Reload, UGF. Oh, fuck. 30 degrees right rudder, full drop, full ballast dive.
Passing 100 feet.
30 degrees right, bring us up. 30 degrees left, full rise on planes. Maximum
God,
pressure in
knuckle
ballast
formed.
tanks, bring us left.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 2, 8.
Passing 100 feet.
Level out ballast. Target is there. Target is turning, he is not taking the bait. None of my decoys are
God,
working
knuckle
against him.
formed.
I've just got to give him the runaround until he runs out of fuel. Target is closing. Try and form a knuckle. Confuse the target. It's not working. 30 degrees drop on the planes. 30 degrees right
Passing
rudder. Turn in
100
on the
feet.
target.
Passing 200 feet.
We're going to bottom out. Full rise on the planes.
Passing 300
30 degrees
feet.
left.
Con, knuckle
Bring us
formed.
back up. 30 degrees. Maximum
Con,
ballast on the
torpedo room,
there.
2-2
Maximum ballast
ready.
pressure. 30 degrees right. Oh, that's bad. Oh.
Passing 300 feet.
Keep us on the straight and narrow. We've only got one MOSS.
Passing
I'm going to save
200
it.
feet.
Let's try and open some distance on the target. Hold us this course. Helm, bring us left. Bearing 2041.
Come left to 041. Helm I. Con, helm, steady course.
Target's coming in again. Try and form a knuckle.
Con, knuckle formed.
Knuckle formed. Weapon not confused. Weapon not sated. Drop a decoy. Anything. Nothing's working. What's our depth? 168. Dive. Full drop on the planes. 30 degrees left rudder. Full negative pressure on the ballast tanks.
Passing 200 feet. Passing 300 feet.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra
Shit,
3.
full rise
bearing
on the ballast
2,
tanks.
1.
Full rise on ballast. Full rise. This one's going to hit us. Broke our spine. Okay, we're coming up shallow. Ship's dead in the water. All hands abandon ship. No, couldn't evade it for that long. Not in 400 feet of water. It's got to be manually guided. None of my countermeasures were working. Right, abandon ship. We sank our target, but we got sank by a Test 71 ASW torpedo. USS Flasher lost.
Filthy animal.
This is how you make stuff dramatic. Oh god. It's game over, man. It's game over. There we go. Okay. We got a bronze star for that. And NATO admits loss of sub. Well, they're giving us another one at least. Let's see. We could go out in another permit class, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay in this. So, what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to play? Do you guys want to go and play Rising Storm, or do you want to stay on Cold Waters? When's the next Long Dark stream? Soon. TM. I'm at work tomorrow, so I don't know. I like to sort of have Sundays to myself, just so quietly mull stuff over. As if there was any choice. Let me shoot you some more. Could do umlaut. We'll stay on Cold Waters then. I think Rising Storm won that poll there. Call it a hunch. Right, so another permit nuclear attack submarine. Off we go. We are now in the USS Barb, SSN 596. Wondering when you're next planning on playing LA Noire? It'll just happen when it happens. Like our sniper battle. Yes, you fucked me up. Big time, unloud. Fucked me over. Let me just PM Soviet that I'm going to stay on this then. I'll pass. Dreamings. Cold Waters. Cheers for the offer. Cool. Right then, let's rock and or roll. Let's see what Comms Sublanta's got for us. Safe seas. Here we well. We may have been sunk, but we achieved our objective and we were recovered by NATO surface ships, so not too bad. Several NATO naval groups have been recently operating unopposed. A Pentagon spokesperson revealed that the enemy's ability to efficiently operate around the Soviet coast has been drastically diminished for reasons that remain sunk on the bottom of the Barents Sea. The United States Congress has called for more troops and armour to be made available in the conflict for Western Europe. Once deployed, it is expected these additional ground resources would halt and bring a speedier end to the current crisis. Halt the Soviet advance and bring a speedier end to the current crisis. Okay, tactical situation. Intelligence reports that a wolf pack of enemy cruise missile submarines will attempt to break out into the North Atlantic within the next few days to wreak havoc on NATO supply convoys headed for Europe. Primary objective: locate and sink the enemy cruise missile submarines. No secondary objectives.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
We'll agree to switch if you change the title to Gas All Wombles.
Gas All Wombles. I think people want to stay on cold waters. I would call it a close, very close poll, that one. Okay, commies take West Germany. West Germany has fallen to Soviet control after crushing assaults on the nation's capital and key strategic points. The past week, successes and drawbacks in military operations seem to have been experienced equally on both sides. Dominance of the Atlantic still hangs in the balance as both sides have suffered losses during the past few days. Okay, so intercepting cruise missiles. Let's see if we get any maritime air patrols out there. There we go. Just passing past Sandoya now. That is the target we are going to attempt to intercept. Maritime air patrols. Come on, where is he? There he is. That's got to be our guy. He's going up here. Yep, this is our guy, 100%. Intercept. Okay, I think I've intercepted. Okay, Captain, we have a new sonar contact, bearing 250, designate Sierra 1. XO reports, depth is 600 feet, heading 090. Speed is 020 knots. 020, like we're going to make 100 knots. Now that is gas. Local conditions, scattered with a moderate breeze and a weak surface duct and very weak thermal layer at 249 feet. We are in the Norwegian Sea, so we should have some very deep water to play with. Rig ship for ultra quiet. Let's scan for targets. Once we slow down, we should get some Sierra contacts. Sonar, take a sounding.
Sonar, new
there we go. Total water depth is 1914 feet.
Sierra 1.
Sierra 1I. Begin target motion analysis of the target.
Sonar, new
Sierra 2 identified.
250. Designated Sierra 2.
I'm only using one mod, corporal person,
0, 4,
and it's
designated Sierra
shit.
3.
I'm right in the middle of them. Yeah, I'm only using.
Sonar, new contact bearing 105. Designated Sierra 4.
I'm gonna have a wee. Hopefully, I don't get detected. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna take us down. Dive, make depth 1,200 feet. I'm going for a wee. I'll be 2 minutes.
200 feet. Dive by.
Right. Okay. Ooh. Righto. Right then. Amazing gameplay, I know, right? Okay, let's begin our identification of hostile targets. So, very strong signatures here. Let's see what we got. They're all submarines. We know that, just from the brief. Not a foxtrot. Not a whiskey. Looks like a foxtrot, but it isn't a foxtrot. Let me just check that again. This bar doesn't line... Yeah, okay, so it's not a foxtrot. What is it? Not a Sierra. It might be surface shipping then. Let's check civilian shipping. Not a trawler. Not an oil rig. Not biologic. What is it? It's got to be civilian shipping. The narrow band doesn't line up. Doesn't match the narrow band down here. Some sort of merchant vessel, I'm willing to wager. How long did it take for me to get into this game? I don't know. I seem to take to it pretty quickly, to be honest. Nothing matches this narrowband signature. I'm really struggling to find something that matches the narrowband of Sierra 1.
Con, dive at 1200 feet. Dive high.
It's not that. Not that. Not that. That? It's got to be... Yeah, okay, so it's that. Is it a civilian
Con
Andazan?
sonar.
No, it's a
Sierra
hostile
1
Andazan.
is classified as merchant.
So it's a hostile Andazan, weirdly, all the way this far into NATO water. So these are submarines, hopefully. Oh, a Charlie 2. Hello.
Con sonar.
Reasonably
Sierra
good catch.
3 is classified as submerged submarine.
Sierra 4. Let's identify. Might not be a submarine. Sierra 4. No, that definitely looks like civilian shipping. Trawler? Yeah, trawler. Ding.
Con sonar. Sierra 4 is classified as merchant.
There's a good chance that that other ship is the one we're after. Charlie 2. Range is 6,000 yards. Are we detected? No. Not currently. Okay. Ship is currently rigged in ultra-quiet mode. He's got a very good sonar array, but we are currently undetected, partly because of the difference in depth. He is currently at 600 feet, moving at 10 knots. We are at 1,200 feet, twice the depth, and moving at half the speed, which means we have better sonar solution on him than he does on us. The AP is a troop transport, I'm not entirely sure. Okay. Sorry, say again. What are those circles on the map? These circles. These are
sonar.
lead
Sierra
indicators.
2 is classified as merchant.
Sierra 2. Oh, sorry. Sierra 2 is classified as a trawler. So it's only one target then? Question mark. Beard scratch. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that at all, actually. Yeah, I'm not convinced. Is that actually a trawler? It is actually a trawler. Oh dear, look what flag he's flying. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, he is still a civilian target. This is 100% a Charlie 2. Nasty submarine, this. Right. Choices, choices, choices. Target seems to be going a little bit shallower. What's his total water depth now? 550 feet, 500. It's not too bad, it's not too bad. The Andazan's closing. Let's wait for the target motion analysis on the Andazan to improve. No witnesses. Blood for the blood god. Sink them all. I hope that none of you actually are in the army. Right, let's take a look at this Andazan. We're actually working into the contact's baffles, or we should be eventually. Let's just keep an eye on things. Sierra 1, Andazan. Signature, 63% target solution, 15,000 yards, running at 11 knots. He is shallower than we are. Definitely a surface contact. It's interesting stuff. What if the ship belongs to the British Labour Party? I'm not sure. I'm not sure the Labour Party, as I knew it, flies a communist flag. I'm not sure it did. Has Soviet finished streaming? Has he? Did he? He was playing Prelude, wasn't he? XCOM, Albion Prelude, X3, I think it is. Fire warning shots directly into the side of their ships. Yep, warning shot Phelps. That's it. Do you have a L search on torpedoes that you can launch it? You do have an L search on torpedoes so that you can launch it relatively safely. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. He's playing with Gambit, I see. Okay, we're working into the contact's baffles at the moment. If anybody's wondering, why isn't Quebec firing? I want to see there is some... That's my impression of a stream chat. Submarine. Torpedo. Kill him. Yes, the reason is we're currently working into the blind spot of the Charlie 2. The Charlie 2 has a special, a niche weakness that every submarine has that doesn't have a towed array, and that it has a blind spot behind it. The sonar array of your submarine is at the front, which means if you can get behind the submarine, you will never know you are there. And considering we create a load of bubbles when we fire a torpedo, we have to be extra sneaky about shooting our torpedoes at him. Is this a World War II campaign? Kappa face. How did you get my voice? Can you only play with submarines? Yes, Fockel. Beautiful name. Yes, that's right. Ram the Russian cunt, he will never expect it. Why did Quebec sound like Neville? Yes, actually. Poor Neville. Okay, helm, bring us left, bearing 041.
Come left to 041. Helm aye.
As soon as these contact markers go to -50 and -50, we are in the contact's baffles and are in a good position to fire. Sink them all, God will sort out who is good and who isn't. There we go. Bing, 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 bing. It is -50, -50, so we are now going to prepare firing point procedures. So, firing point procedures. Bearing 347, range to enable 8,400 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 1.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
Weapon has cleared the tube and is running normally. Launch transient has thus gone undetected. We are now servicing the Charlie 2. Andazan has now been fully detected.
Con, helm, steady course.
Whose country's flag is that? And are they... Should I be concerned about them? 100% an Andazan. Should I sink them? Is the majority question. That's Vietnam? Rising Storm has found a way to leak into this game. It's goddamn Vietnam. Only watched your stream a few minutes, didn't realise your chats were so bloodthirsty. Dade? Or Diad? Dallas? Dallas. I'm going to call you Dallas for my peace of mind. Yeah, they're ravenous. You kill one whale and then all of a sudden they've got an addiction. And...
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 3. Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 3.
Okay, I'm going to hope that he's searching shallow, and that if we continue on our current course we'll be okay. Helm, point the target, bearing 348.
Come left to 348. Helm aye.
I've got to wait for this weapon to get past the Andazan before I can activate it. Target is currently at 600 feet. Dive take us down, 1,300 feet.
make depth 1300 feet, dive I.
Hundreds. Hundreds of whales. Right, we're going to activate the weapon now. They're attempting to shallow off. They're preparing to be hit by a torpedo by going shallow. We're going to set our weapon to shallow search. Okay, we have now cleared the Andazan. Activate the weapon.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Con, helm, steady course.
Nope, got to break it off the Andazan. There we go. Right. We're going to have the weapon search above the layer. Just like this. Right, we are now tracking the Charlie 2. Lost those weapons there. They're somewhere ahead of us. There we go. We are now tracking the Charlie 2. We are down at 1,300 feet. I'm hoping the torpedoes that he fired at us are going to pass over our heads.
1300 feet, dive I.
These weapons have been shot deep. The question is, will they go to a shallow search after they activate? They are, yes, they're going shallow. Are they going shallow? Looks like they're going shallow. Good. Saves me a lot of trouble. Okay, let's deal with this Andazan as well then. Firing point procedures. We're going to fire from tube 3 for this one. Firing point procedures. Bearing 350. Range to enable 2,700 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 3.
Shoot tube 3. Aye, sir.
Set weapon. Change weapon to active homing. Shallow search. Okay. Weapons are incoming. I'm confident in our ability. There we go, yes. Weapons are searching at about the 100 feet mark, if that, at about the 50 feet mark. This weapon is searching quite deep. This one's concerning. Helm, bring us right, bearing 046.
Come right to 046. Helm I.
That weapon is concerning, for it is searching deep. And that's an unusual tactic. Maybe he had a better beat on us than I first thought. Activate weapon 3.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Weapon is coming up to shallow depth.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Weapon countermeasure homing. Aye. Tracking the Andazan. Weapon has come up shallow. Going to get a decent hit here. Need to keep an eye in case these torpedoes find me. They should pass overhead. Dun 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 dun. Here we go. Vietnamese.
Con, sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 34.
Con, helm, steady course.
Hostile Vietnamese target. Current weapon is
Con,
tracking. Let's set
control,
it to active
weapon
homing.
countermeasure homing.
It's lovely stuff. This. Let's keep an MOSS in 2-3. Wonder if the Charlie has successfully evaded. I don't think he has. All the little Nevilles. Jesus Christ. There we go, going into a circular search.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 338.
He's creating a nice little grid. Soviet captain's doing a good job at evading the torpedo. Kieran _ I love how funny you can be sometimes. Cheers, mate. Womble Fingerer, the 1-bit hero, returns.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
The Cheer 1 champion. Nuke the whales. I don't have any nukes. I wish I could. Vietnam is actually not part of the Warsaw Pact, so you're actually not at war with them. It's true. But they are, for some reason, hostile on my HUD indicator. Oh, he's done. He's done. He's done. He's done goofed.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 338.
There we go. Hit him stern. Propellers jammed. He's going to take on a lot of water and then start sinking. Lovely. Isn't it sort of this weird meta game where like fucking there's a fucking North Vietnamese trawler, and then we have a Charlie, a Charlie submarine. Charlie in the sea, man. Right. Nice warning shots. Those noisemakers, yeah, they don't do much. Cool. Yeah, I would agree, Cobra. Yeah, definitely. Right. Let us reload tube 1. Oh dear, scratching me head. There are weapons nearby, but there are no other surface contacts. Okay, with no other surface contacts nearby, dive. Bring us away from test depth. Bring us up to 600 feet.
Make depth 600 feet. Dive I.
23 degrees on the planes, 30 degrees on ballast. Let's bring us to a nice gentle ascent. Let's bring us back up to patrol speed, which is 10 knots, 10 knots.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering I. Con, maneuvering, making turns for 10 knots.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I am pretty damn sleepy. Oh, God. Yeah, well, God, sorry. Let's take off the captain's hat for a moment and put on the glasses. Fucking Jesus, work, what a day. Wow, knackering.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Fucking just Egypt's. If that's the Kieran from work that sometimes pops his head in, yeah, he can vouch. It was, in fact, full of idiots today. Never a shortage of those. Oh, God. Exclamation mark gas. There is no gas command. Right. Moobot, everyone knows. Yep, everyone does know. Gas all idiots, Q. The trawlers have gone. They're out of here. What we'll do is we'll come up to 200 feet. Let's come up to 200 feet.
Make depth 200 feet. Dive I.
What do you do for work? I do a job for money. In fact, let's bring it up to periscope depth. Bring us up 4 or 5 feet,
Make
please.
depth
Dive.
4 or 5 feet. Dive I.
All the way up. Okay, I think one of them was a Soviet or a communist fishing boat that were flying the hammer and sickle, so we are going to hit that with a missile. So we're going to reload 2 UGMs in tubes 2 and 4. I work in retail myself, and despite what they tell you in school about no such thing as a stupid question, 7.5 years of experience tells me there is a plethora of stupid questions. Is Q still working at Specsavers? Certainly am. Is there any chance that bots are colliding here and the commands kind of get you fucked? I don't think so. Job for money usually means prostitution. Yep, I'm all for that. There's less stupid questions in prostitution. I'm happy. Sign me up.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
We are now cavitating. Bring us down to 5 knots. 5 knots. Okay.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
No longer cavitating. Alright, raise the radar mast.
Con sonar, regained con.
Raise the radar mast.
Raise the radar mast. Let's service these targets. Master 4, that is not the target.
Con,
Master
maneuvering,
2.
making turns for 5
However,
knots.
look at that flag. That's not even like a...
Con, torpedo room, tube
it's got the
2
old
ready.
hammer and sickle on the ship. Like that's a normal fishing boat, and then it's like hammer and sickle. It's a Russian boat flying a Russian flag, but it's classed as civilian shipping. I will allow the chat their one fleet. no pun intended there, one flight of fantasy, and we shall shoot this one ship.
5 feet, dive high.
What's Q's little logo thingy meant to be? What's my little logo thingy? My thingy little logo? What, my channel logo? They're fucking bloodthirsty. Where's the new guy? Me and him are like, what are they doing? Okay. Firing point procedures, bearing 217, range to enable 17,000 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 2.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
There we go.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
There's the target. Now this does have a searching head on it, a radar head. Civilian, not military target, but invalid. That's a court-martialing. That's a court-martial. It's not if nobody tells him, Griffin. Nobody tells him. There we go, target acquired. People on the boat are like, what's that noise? It's a fucking
Con sonar lost contact. Master 2. Last bearing 218. Contact breaking up.
God, absolutely, a ship like this is absolutely not prepared for any kind of like fucking life. Like, look how fast it's going under. We'll claim the enemy submarine shot it, yes. No one will ever know. They did. I bet you they wouldn't have even had enough time to deploy lifeboats. Griffin, will you testify against me when we return to port? That's the question. Because if the answer is yes, I'm going to get the rest of the crew here to shove you in the torpedo tube, and we're going to shoot you out. We're going to shoot you out of tube 3. We're going to shoot you out of tube 2 there, because it's free. We've got an empty tube for you. Cool. Right, okay. Testify. What about there is no trawler here? I like it. There's no trawler at all. The 8-ball. The 8-ball coming in. Well, the 8-ball's going to testify against me. Right. Okay, so let us leave combat. 1 times Charlie 2 engaged and sunk. Good job in intercepting and destroying the high priority target. Await additional orders. Here we go. Convoys protected. Incidents involving attacks on transatlantic convoys by hostile submarines in and around the North Atlantic have rapidly diminished. An anonymous spokesperson suggested increased NATO submarine operations in the area. Ugh, terrible indigestion. Are a contributing factor.
Yeah.
Hockey? Sorry, I was going to go hockey, but sorry, apologies for everyone at home. He left a message for me then, and I didn't see it because I'm terrible. War crimes makes me happy. There we go. Where were we? NATO submarine operations in the area are a contributing factor. However, the Pentagon has denied such claims. Without the threat of attack from submarines, transatlantic convoy crossings are becoming more efficient and suffering fewer losses. If this improved influx of supplies and war materials can be sustained, NATO forces will be in a position to take the fight all of the way back to the Iron Curtain. Why I did a German accent for the Iron Curtain, it's East Yes, East Germany. That is, yes, communist. Yes, best. Sorry, if there are any Germans in, I apologise wholeheartedly. It's all good. Is 8-ball on us? Is 8-ball on side? Yes. Right, let's go. Okay. So, do I do one more? I need to just. God. Sorry, I'm getting tired. I'm getting sleepy. Man up, Joe. Right, tactical situation. Intelligence estimates indicate that enemy Spetsnaz commandos will land from submarine in the vicinity of Narvik within the next week. You are ordered to intercept and eliminate them before they land. Right. Ice Creams, how you doing, mate? Do one more. I'll do one more. Right, let's have a look. So, let's crack on. So we need to get down to Narvik, avoiding this nasty ASW patrol that's coming after us. And we shall land vet off Narvik. Sorry, British accent. We shall no, sorry, I can't. The British accent is just my. I forgot that I was British for a second there. I was going to put on like it's this accent. This is a British accent. Some weird mashup of the two. Oh dear. Oh well, it would appear that the entire Soviet Navy has arrived. Oh joy. Well, Captain, new sonar contact. Yes, yes. 50 feet. Yep. Yep. Okay.
Rig ship for ultra
rig
quiet.
ship for silent running. What's total water depth here? Sierra 1 is in close proximity. Let's begin a sonar solution on Sierra 1.
Sonar new contact bearing 2.
Is it a submarine?
2. Designated
Looks like it
Sierra
could be a
2.
submarine. Juliet, perhaps?
Sonar new contact bearing 334. Designated Sierra 3.
November.
Sonar Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
Sierra 3 probably is not hostile, but Sierras 1 and 2 are probably hostile. An Alpha and a November class submarine. Okay, that's quite bad.
Classified as submerged submarine.
Sonar, take a sounding. 1900 feet, total water depth. Both targets are just above the thermal. Sorry, I was like, Sierra 4, what? No, okay. So they're both above the thermal air, and they're just about in the shallows there. Water looks to get considerably shallower as we get towards the coast. We're in just a little trench of sorts. I'm going to need to reload tube 2 with a Mark 48 torpedo and tube 3, tube 4 as well. Hopefully that does not... Oh, it does. It puts us in the detection range of the Alpha. The Alpha has us detected. Okay. Okay, dive. Make depth. Take us down to 1,200 feet, please. Dive. Take us deep. So the Alpha class is now servicing us as a target.
Dive by.
Right. Hello, Unit Gamma. How you doing? You really want to hear my impression of a British accent? Yes. It's about the only thing I can handle is World War II officer. Yes, that's my stereotypical British accent. It sounds too weird. Like
sonar new contact bearing 2.
I think the stereotypical
05,
British accent has just
Sierra
become like
5.
chav, brummy Brumland. Lad, oi lad.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
That's it, yeah. Blimey, governor, yes. Hugh, how bruv can you go? I can't go bruv. I cannot go bruv. I could try and go bruv, but I sound like the whitest motherfucker. 50 quid catch me outside. What the fuck? Did they update the game lately, George? No, not lately. We're waiting for an update, but it's not here yet. Pip, pip, cheerio. We don't actually say stuff like this. What's up, Mandem? How's the crew going? Yeah, oi oi, cheeky check out the piff, cheeky. Sorry, cheeky check out the case on that piff ting. Am I cool yet? Is that right? Sweet. Right, cool. Well, I've embarrassed myself in front of a few hundred people. Right.
Con, torpedo room,
Let's
tube
continue
4
servicing
ready.
the targets. Right. We've got a Sierra 5 now as well. Bloody hell, it's all going on. Is that another submarine? Damn, that does match submarine contact. We're going to mark Sierra 5 as potentially another submarine.
Con sonar Sierra 5 is classified as submerged submarine.
In it, mate. Yes. Right, this is definitely... God, God, I'm tired. Sorry. Okay. Right. Sorry. It's a fucking the werewolf. Right. That's what I call that. Trawler. Okay. Expected that.
Con sonar, Sierra 3
And
is
trawler
classified
again.
as merchant.
So 3 and 4 are clean. 1 and 2 are dirty, and potentially Sierra 5 is dirty as well. Okay. Jesus Christ. God fucking hell, I'm actually going to die. Right, cool. Are they even fucking moving? Like, are they, how far away, what's the range on the target? Weapons, oh sorry, fire control makes them at 6,000 yards. We're in the baffles of the November, and we are now rotting off the radar of the Alpha, so we're now going to fire weapons. So, in no particular order, we are going to go to a shallow search. We're going to fire Tube 2. Firing point procedures, bearing 215. That's the one, 215. Range to enable 6,200 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire Tube 2.
Shoot Tube 2. Aye, sir.
Weapon has cleared the tube and is running normally. Moving towards its next waypoint marker.
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 2.
Sierra 2 has fired a retaliatory.
Con, dive
Yes.
at 1,
Yeah, retaliatory
0
strike.
feet, dive by.
So we're going to service the November first of all, and then we're going to engage the Alpha afterwards. The Alpha having a very high top speed, so we're going to keep an eye on how many knots it's making and what its depth is. Currently their depth is well within cavitation range, which is likely why the Alpha is so easy to detect at the moment. If it gets any slower, then we will probably lose it on radar. However, if it speeds up while being able to pull 42 knots, which is considerably faster than our submarine, it is not as fast as a Mark 48 torpedo, and it is very loud, which allows for easy tracking. Currently the weapon is on surface search. We are now going to set it to same search, which means it is now looking within about the same 200-300 feet of water as it is currently in. So, pretty good shit. Oh god, unit gamma. Any armor TVT anytime
Con
soon?
sonar, Sierra 2 is cavitating.
Did you like the armor TVT? Did you play the last one, Unit Gamma, with the Duha and the man and the hiding and the informant? I don't know. I got the impression that it wasn't something like that. Not that the turnout was low. The turnout was all right, but I get the impression that people weren't a mass. Like, quite a lot of people don't want TVT versus the people that do, and the people that do, I'm absolutely fine to cater for. But there's a lot of people that aren't a fan of TVT, and you know, you could stick with the classic philosophy of fuck 'em, but yeah, it's one of those ones. I don't know. A Sergeant 9 asks, what up Quebec? Nothing. The ceiling, the lights, and my microphone here, that's above my head. So yeah. Quebec. See you later, person who said have to sleep, but bye. It's better than me trying to pronounce your name. TVT, sorry. For anybody that needs a bit of context, TVT stands for Team versus Team. And it's a thing that we run on Arma 3 sometimes. It's basically a player versus player thing.
Fire control, weapon acquired.
Weapon acquired, aye. The problem is with TVT is that the community that we play with, the fuck-nose Arma 3 guys, they... I can't fault them. Everybody has what they like and don't like, but they've played so... They've got so comfortable doing PvE, player versus environment, which is versus the AI. So you have a load of players on one team and then a computer-controlled AI on the other. That they, I don't know, they don't want to push themselves to play player versus player. Player versus player is a whole different dynamic, and if you play it in a military simulator style, it can be some of the most fun you can have on Arma, but they resist it. I don't know why.
Sierra 2 is cavitating.
It's deeply upsetting. The problem with Armour is that I don't get the steep learning curve for the mods that it uses. Ah, yes, here we go. Hang on, there's a picture that springs to mind. Let me just find it. Ace Medical. For anybody wondering, okay, so the vanilla Armour 3 medical system is that if you have a first aid kit in your bag, there's a scroll wheel option. You click first aid and it heals you. That's actually, in its basic sense, about as complicated as nearly every shooter on the market. But there's a mod called Ace, and it adds the medical menu. Ace medical cheat sheet. Right, I'm going to send you a photograph now. Hold on to your hats. Hold on to your good sense, people. Because this is this is a great one. Love this. Where is it? Where is the cheat sheet? That's the one. Lovely. Visit page. Yeah, I'm going to get you a picture now. Try to yeah. This is a cheat sheet for the Ace medical menu. Get ready to drink this in. There you go. Right. Most people are... we do our limited respawn waves. Most people don't like the fact that in PvP getting one-shotted is a real possibility and they don't want to spend 30 minutes waiting for the respawn. It's true. Biggest issue for TVT and ARM is that you die very early on. Play... yeah, and can be out... yeah, I know the point. Yeah, I know what's up. Cool, right, so that's Torpedo is servicing a different target. We are tracking what I believe to be the November, but can't say for sure. We're just outside of the Alpha's range. Let's fire another weapon at the Alpha. Firing point procedures, bearing 2-1-4, range to enable 19,000 yards, ship ready 2, ready 5, 2-1.
Shoot 2-1, aye sir.
Weapon has cleared the 2 and is running normally.
Sierra 2 is cavitating.
Sierra 2 is cavitating, Sierra 2 is shallow. Okay, just track the target like so.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 2-2-0. Contact breaking up.
Well, that's impressively complicated. I haven't even reached that point. I was still trying to figure out the radio mod. Shame on me. Shame on you, sir. No, not shame on you at all. But Sierra 5 is now cavitating. Let's see what Sierra 5 is. Sierra 5 is, in fact, another Alpha-class submarine. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So we've got... this is actually quite a rare fleet that we've bumped into. It's quite unusual to have 2 Alpha-class submarines operating like this. Firing point procedures, bearing 230, range to enable 19300 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 4.
Shoot tube 4, aye sir.
Okay, weapon is away and running normally. Set weapon to actually maintain depth. Maintain depth. Are we maintaining depth? No, we'll set it to shallow search as well. Well, we've got a few minutes before it finds its mark, so we'll sit tight, I guess, and see what happens. That's one mod. Yes, it is, Killbot. It's actually a small portion of one mod. Ace as a whole, the advanced combat environment, covers a very broad aspect from the medical menu that you see there all the way down to weapon ballistics and interactables and things like that. It's a very complex mod. What just happened to weapon 1? Did we lose the wire on weapon 1? Why did it vanish? Okay, well, I guess in case we lose the wire, let's take a left to...
Come right to
here.
220. Helm I.
220I. Oh, I know what happened. Did it actually do what I think it did? I wonder if it did what I think it did do. I think it did do what it did do, I did. Right, what we need to do is we're going to set this weapon to active home now. And we're going to set it... Sorry, I think, right, what just happened then, we just lost Torpedo 1 for no reason. It didn't say that we'd lost the wire, it didn't say we'd lost anything. I think, as you can see here, the shallows, I think the torpedo hit the shallow bank. I think the torpedo ran aground. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, well, let's track Sierra 2. And let's also fire a new weapon on Sierra 5. Firing point procedures, bearing 234, range 18.7 thousand yards. Ship ready, 2 ready, fire 2
Con
2.
sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 2-1-3. Contact faded.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Contact breaking up. No, doesn't say anything. No, doesn't say anything. Doesn't say anything about the torpedo. just that it vanished. Spooky.
Con, helm, steady course.
Cool. I'm kidding, but I find the Ace mod a little bit over the top. It's strange because the Ace, here's the de facto argument. Well, it's not very complicated if you just learn it, which is just like anything. It's like, yes, Mandarin is not very complicated if you just learn it. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those ones. But Ace is reasonably complicated. It's strange. Like when you play it's a dad game, Armour. Like it's something, yeah. It's one of those ones. It's just a game that it strives in being super realistic. Or, well, trying to be as realistic as it can. Not being hyper-realistic, but trying to take that sense of realism. Turning the medical stuff into an actual sort of complex affair is quite difficult, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, Torp needs to run shallow. Let's just check. Yeah, we are just above that there. You can actually see here total water depth is shrinking as we approach the targets here. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come left, bearing 281 to stay in the deeper water.
Come right to
281.
Helm I.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 5. Last bearing 2, 3, 1. Contact faded.
I'm going to go read some light novel now. Right hand for jerk-off. Well, the left hand's going to be on the novel, so hope you have a good read. The thing is, in the heat of battle and with the excitement of playing with ZF, I couldn't figure anything out. I should have really given it another go sometime. I may study that cheat sheet. Yes. Well, to be honest, the cheat sheet is really maintained more just for medics. I like to send it to people like and go, ha ha ha, this is like extremely complicated and you don't know it, and laugh at them loudly as they try and figure it out. I'm not a bad person, but it's yeah, it's definitely complicated. I can't fault you for that.
Con, helm, steady course.
Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 5. Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 5.
I can't actually see Sierra 5.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
So we've acquired that alpha. Good. I'm not a bad person. No, exactly. So,
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 208.
there we go. We're tracking both of those targets. We're going to sync them. This is going to be my last one. I know that it's not the mission one, but we're going to have 3 or 4 anti-submarine warfare fleets turn up. So I'm just like, oh, it's going to be like another hour, 2 hours to sync all of those. That's why I don't slot as medic. Yeah. I only really have trouble understanding the chart, yeah. It's quite, yeah. It's actually not too difficult. The general rule of thumb for that cheat sheet chart, if you've got it up, packing bandages are useless on everything that isn't a bruise. Your best ones all round are the basic field dressings because you've got a chance, you've got the efficiency, so how likely it is to actually staunch the bleeding, you know, patch the wound, and then how likely it is to reopen. The best one you have is the field bandage, the default bandage, the one in the first column. That's generally got the best sort of... That's the bandage you use if you can't perform sort of field surgery to close a wound. Because it has while it doesn't have as high of a chance or as high of an efficiency as, say, the elastic bandage, it does reopen the wound less. The wound is less likely to reopen if you have a proper bandage on it rather than an elastic bandage. Now, if you have someone in front of you and you need to stop the bleeding quickly, and you need to stop it thoroughly, you can use either quick clot or elastic bandages. Both work just as well. And you... Oh yeah, look at this guy. He's fired an absolute shitter of a torpedo there. That's not anywhere near me. Yeah, so it's one of those ones. So if you're looking to staunch the bleeding quickly, it's quick clot or elastic bandage. In terms of just normal cuts and bruises, well, cuts and bruises, yeah, packing bandage, and then yeah, just morphine, and just perform basic battlefield triage. If I, as a medic, find someone, I find a man on the battlefield, I'm part of Bravo team and Alphas, we lost contact with them 20 minutes ago, and I find a man on the floor and he's full of holes and he's got about enough blood in him to fill a grape. Then what you do is you immediately either go for blood, plasma, or saline. Normally saline, in the case of how we've got the mod tuned. You go for a saline kit, and then you... oh, sorry.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Sierra, 2, last bearing, 195. Contact breaking up.
Yeah, you go for a saline kit, you put them on the drip, you put them on the IV, intravenous, and then you perform all your necessary first aid, tourniqueting, and the tourniqueting the limbs, tourniqueting the neck really tight if you don't like the person in question. And then yeah, you then just go about the first aid on as many limbs as you can. But the important thing is just stopping the whole dying thing, which is usually done by feeding intravenous fluid, usually blood, to stop the victim from bleeding out. Basically, top them up as fast as they're leaking it out, and then perform battlefield triage. Oh dear. Tourniquets are just special, I know. I don't think we're going to find Sierra 5 anytime soon. I'm going to put it on the last known bearing of Sierra 5, which is somewhere around here. He's trying to get south. I reckon he's actually somewhere around here. Let's go active.
Con, sonar, switching to active search.
Can't use that to improve the sonar signature anymore.
Con, sonar, switching to passive search.
You can actually tourniquet someone's neck. No, don't ever tourniquet someone's neck. Have you just tried not dying? You see, I tell people this, but they say I'm being a bit forward, a bit rude. I'm just tempted to go into a snaking search at this point on the last node. On the current bearing of the Alpha, yeah, let's go for a snaking search. Let's just let the torpedo. Let's just let it zigzag. Yeah, he's going like the bookies. He's pulling the full 42 knots. Sonar solution is 77%. Hopefully that's going to keep improving. It is actually constantly improving. 79%. The sonar solution is going to improve to maximum. We've got 9 minutes of fuel left in the torpedo. He's going like the clappers. Get the torp under the layer. Oh yes, I beg your pardon. You are absolutely right. Didn't even think. %84% solution. Come on. Give me the last little bit of solution. Oh, he's down here. There we go. There we go. We got him. The question is, will the torpedo... I'm just going to speed up time. Will the torpedo catch him? Look how fast the Alpha's going. 7 minutes. Six minutes.
Con,
5
fire
minutes.
control, weapon acquired.
4 minutes.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Con, sonar, noisemaker, bearing, 2,
3
0,
minutes.
9.
The Alpha's having to go into counter torpedo, or sorry, torpedo evasion. There we go. It's got him. Gas is coming for you, maybe. How fast does the Alpha go? 42 knots is the top speed. Oh, it's gonna boop snoots. It's coming in for a snooty boop. Oh, it's gonna hit him on the port side here. Torpedo's coming in from over here. Where's the torpedo? It's just gonna lunge out of the dark. There it is. It's a fast submarine, my friend, but it's not quite fast enough.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Sierra, 5, last bearing, 2,
Hit on the stern,
0,
he's taking
9.
on water.
Contact breaking up.
Stern is beginning to flood. No contacts nearby. 2 alphas and a November, engaged and sunk. Well done, but this was not your mission objective. I'm going to save it there. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Right then, so we've actually got another, if you just see to the left of my submarine there, north of Andoya, we've actually got another bloody ship closing in close proximity, so I need to avoid that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching Cold Waters. That is it from myself. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you all either tomorrow or Monday, depending on how the schedule goes. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that a lot. We're going to be doing a little bit more LA Noire, going to be doing a little bit of Cold Waters, a little bit of Long Dark, and some games in between. Divinity, I don't think is, obviously Divinity would normally be happening tomorrow, but it's not. But while Messi and Digby sort their computer out, it may not even be happening this Wednesday. It may not be happening next Sunday. It's a little bit up in the air at the moment, so we'll see. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the evening, and I'll catch you all next time. Do feel free to filter off to some of the other ZF members. If you actually click the page, well, there's a hyperlink underneath where it says Sleepy Stream Cold Waters. You've got the game I'm playing, which is Cold Waters, the community that I play with, which is Fucknose, the Arma 3 community that is, and then you've got the ZF Clan, which is like a special streaming group full of ZF members. Do go and visit those people. Don't visit Soviet, he doesn't like you, but do go and visit some of the smaller heads, eggheads around, and see if they're worth your time. So yeah, thanks very much, and I'll catch you all later. Toodaloo.